How's everyone doing out there? Welcome to the first edition of Slim Cyborg Freakcast, even though last week we kind of did this, but this is the first time calling it Freakcast. This is where we go over weird, interesting stuff. We talk about different subjects. Tonight we are going to talk about some flat earth stuff. The Capitol riots. I was going to do a documentary or a video about it, but then he got acquitted, and that kind of pissed me off. So we're going to talk about it a little, and I will still make a video on it, but we're going to talk about some of that crap tonight, and then also QAnon. We're going to go over some Q shit. So that's kind of what I think is weird. Is all this conspiracy theory stuff. Freaky is different than weird. Freaky is all the fun bondage crap that we do. So, everybody, thanks for joining in. I hope I answered your question, Chase. Also, weird stuff is like oddities. So, hey, dog, we will be talking about like two-headed babies and skulls in jar, like that thing behind me, and other things that are weird and strange. We'll go over weird news reports, anything that's not of normal, anything I can find with multiple heads or legs, or people doing weird stuff to other people. I don't know. We're going to go over lots of stuff. So if everyone's ready, let's go ahead and I'm still trying things out, so it's going to be a little rough this time. In the future, everything will be a lot smoother. Next time I'll have a border that says my subscribers and says the likes and says all that stuff. I've almost figured out the layouts and how to layer things in OBS. Hey, Mark. Yeah, there's a lot of crap for Q. We're gonna look at a documentary and we're gonna break it apart a little bit. I kind of fast forwarded to the middle, so hopefully they don't get copyright. And we're gonna do commentary. I'm gonna pause it and talk, and we're gonna see how far we can get with this commentary thing, using other people's videos. I can't get all the information together that some of these people have, so I have to kind of use their stuff to show you information. So hey, Mark. Hey, Seraphim. I already said hey to Sky Dog, Mark. Also, let's say Chase. Say hi to hey Demon. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I am very, very sorry that you have to be put through all the stupidity that I have for everyone today. But hopefully we'll be laughing and busting a gut and stuff like that. And at least you get to see me like half naked, right? I'll show you my nipples. There. At least that's a positive, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and try sharing a video. You got to go here and there and everywhere. Never mind. So the first thing we are going to look at is water is fake, supposedly. So we're going to go and listen to this. I fast forwarded a little bit because he was saying nothing in the beginning. But here we go. He thinks that shapes are a conspiracy. So every shape is a conspiratorial reason they're there. Oh, crap. Sorry. There we go. Sorry. Okay, I just have to stop real quick. Can anybody believe what he's saying? He's saying that things aren't made in certain shapes because structurally they're more sound that way, or they're actually going to be stronger. Everything has to be a shape, right? Why are things shapes? Because they have to be, and they have to be uniform because you make a product with certain specs. Like building a house, you want the windows to be a certain size to fit the glass, or the windowsill has to fit the glass. The door sill has to be so many inches wide and tall, and so things are made a certain way for a reason. Was that silent the whole time? Was it? Okay. Oops. Sorry. Let's try one more time. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh, here, I got it. I got it.
Now to St. Louis and the jail.
Ultra super duper rich want to run.
Okay, can you hear it now?
As they do now, they keep us trapped here.
Can you hear now?
The majority of us, because we do not understand the game. They have us living in a system. We're imprisoned in a system of circles, squares, and triangles.
You can hear now?
Numbers only go from 1 to 9. That's part of the trap. Colors, part of the trap. Beware.
Sweet.
Oh, hell, let's just do what we always do. Hijack some nuclear weapons and hold the world hostage. Good.
Okay. What I'm doing right now is trying to show you this. That's ice. This is a chunk of ice right here. This is ice again. As you can see, 2 chunks of ice, 2 things of ice. There's no more throughout this tunnel. Only those 2 spots.
I'm shocked.
Okay, so he's freaking out because there are chunks of ice places. Like when you're clearing out ice, it doesn't get piled up somewhere and then it ends up being there longer. No, that doesn't happen at all. No. Let's just keep listening.
All right, now the flip side of that is you look right there, you see water, wet waters, liquid.
Wet water.
Water.
It's wet water.
Ice, but you got that, so why is this frozen? And that's liquid. As you can see, it's terrible the next day. You see guys with sweatshirts on.
Yeah, maybe there's so many reasons why it could happen.
People really, living their life. So why is that ice there frozen still? You don't see a puddle running like it's melting or anything. But this is all liquid right here.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, I want to go back to what we were talking about, what I was showing you earlier. This is what I wanted to show you is this.
It's a trap. You look around.
This is where he's talking about shapes.
Windows, squares. Boxes on the floor.
It's crazy.
Squares.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Shape of the bricks, squares. The pavement tile, squares. The gate, squares. The sign, squares. The pipe, round. An elitist group of clandestine beings whom have devised a diabolical scheme to keep us trapped in this matrix or unreality that we call life.
Okay. I know I kind of said this while you couldn't hear his audio, but I'll say it again. He's claiming that an underground society has made things that we can see, certain shapes, so that it's taking our power away, making us powerless, making us sick. Again, things have to be certain shapes. Yeah, it's totally a failure in the education system. Things have to be certain shapes because things are shapes. How can things not be shapes? How can you sell a product that isn't in a uniform dimension? You can only sell so many things that are not the same size, that don't fit other things that are other products. Like windows have to fit in window spaces. Doors have to be so big, so small. The water drain, the drain has to be a certain diameter so it doesn't get clogged up. And, you know, certain things have to be certain ways. Things are structurally more sound if they're in a certain shape. So, no, it's not freaking some diabolical scheme to make you powerless or whatever. It's things have to be shapes.
I have a plan.
I'm showing
They use circles,
a video
squares, and
from one of my
triangles.
friends or a
Those
person.
3 shapes imprison us. The square traps your energy. The triangle transforms it. The circle harnesses it. These are the things they do.
Okay, so that's all I wanted to show from that. Yeah, and everything, that's such an open-ended conspiracy that it's just so redonkulous. Yeah, things are shapes. That's all I gotta say. Let's go ahead and watch another flat earther. Oh, really quick, I want to shout out who this is from. Let me see. I want to make sure I say this right. So everybody go subscribe to Everett Anderson. He is a really, really awesome, I want to say debunker, but mainly what this person does is makes videos like that. He finds these clips and he puts them in, and he puts in like movie clips or other things to add in. So I didn't do that. That was him doing that. So make sure you subscribe to him, and that is Everett Anderson again. Next thing I want to show you is M.achine was debating a complete moron, and he does that all the time. But it was the other day he was debating this flat earther, and this gentleman said so many stupid things that I stopped watching, I think 3/4 of the way through, maybe halfway through. I couldn't stand him, but I just have to play this. And again, thank you, M.achine. Everybody go subscribe to M.achine if you haven't already. He's a wonderful debunker. This gentleman is very smart. He's been taking apart these fools for a while. Yeah, exactly, Tina. Sorry, I just read it right now. That it's built on living beings. Yeah, it's totally a living thing. And these people are freaking ridiculous. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the side chat and do this and that, and I'm new to this. No, I'm just kidding. I'll have it all running a lot smoother in like a month after I've done this a couple times. And tomorrow is Faded Workshop, and we're going to have Microraptor on to talk about their hearing aid implant. And we're going to talk about some other medical implants. And I have my biosensor, so I can take my internal temperature through a microchip. We're going to be talking about medical advancements and what the positives are, and if there are any negatives. I mean, rejection is one, but they're mainly, well, we'll see. We want to talk about it, and we're going to have a couple people on the panel Yeah, he's the worst rapper ever. MC Tune is. So, what their falsehoods are, they're just false. Yeah, and he doesn't actually rap. So, all right, without further ado, I'm going to, I keep forgetting that we're doing this, it does this a new way. See, we got to go like this, share audio, because you all want to hear it, and make sure we click the right thing. So this gentleman doesn't understand how things work, obviously. Make sure the volume is all the way up.
This is a MEMS gyroscope. It's a tiny little circuit inside of an electronic device that measures rotation. It's designed to measure rotation. That's how it works.
Yeah, by looking at the stars and seeing that the stars are moving above
No, I'm sorry.
your head.
Do you not know what a MEMS device is? A MEMS device is a small electronic device. It doesn't
It's
have
in the
any
controller.
optics on it.
It's in controllers of game.
Yeah,
A
by
game
looking
controller.
at the stars and seeing that the stars are moving.
Everybody hurts.
Oh, I hope I didn't. Oh, it shouldn't have been for long enough. Oh, yeah, we're not watching that. But anyways, I don't know if any of you saw that debate with that gentleman, but he kept claiming that every gyroscope in the world, excuse me, I keep burping, watches the stars and watches them rotate. How does my remote controller watch stars? How does this watch stars? Star Watcher? Is watches stars here? There? Where is it watching stars? How does this watch stars? Fucking shite, man. Serially. These people are crazy. Woo! So if anybody has any questions or anything they want to throw into the side chat, now would be a wonderful time to do that. Why not? Thanks everybody for the thumbses, upses. You all rock. Let's see. Okay, 11 watching. I'm just trying to figure out how to see all this stuff and organize it. And I'm once I make sure that we have hey Ox. As soon as I make sure that we have everything set up for Sierra Gray to be able to do our show with us, then I'm going to get a splitter for my monitors, and I'll have 2 monitors to be able to do all this stuff. Saturday, we were working out how to stream gaming. So we may try something out. Yes, awesome. 11 watching, 11 likes. Thank you all so much. You all fucking rock. One thing we're maybe thinking about doing, and we're going to try it out in Discord first, and then in a private video, unlisted, and have people watch this. We're thinking about having all of us on the crew streaming at once. So like you can only hear my audio, but you'll be able to hear the others speaking. So in the big screen will be me playing, and then in the side, off to the side, like over here, well, let's just say over here will be them playing, their screens playing really small. So you can actually watch all of us playing at the same time while we're all playing on the same game, on the same team, trying to achieve the same goal. So like if we're doing a heist, you can watch all of us actually playing the heist. So we are, and whatever you want to do there, Ox, and change it however you want. Is everybody here a mod? Ox and Dog are not. So we now changed that. So now everyone that we know is a mod. So sweet, 16 and one dislike. Yes, score. I love getting a dislike. What was I fucking saying? Oh yeah. So we're gonna try streaming a bunch of us. Yeah, thank you, Ox. We're gonna try streaming a bunch of us at once during gaming, playing multiplayer games. Hey, Dart. Is Dart? Yep, you're already a mod. I just want to make sure all our friends are mods. So when spammers come in and crap, we have it taken care of. Hey, Facty! Yay, Facty's here. So in the near future, we're going to be streaming games. I have my capture card. I figured out how to stream smooth enough without getting a graphics card. Because I was thinking I had to get a graphics card or a new one to be able to stream all that, but I figured a way around that so far. So until all of you are generous enough to buy enough of my merch and or tip us, I can't afford the graphics card yet. So that'll be up soon. Yeah, I love trolls. Yeah, me too. I have fun chewing on them. Ox, did you hear that I have a personal troll for my gaming? Every time I game now, I have a troll that comes on and tries to be trolly, but we have fun. We have fun with it. Just like it's like a pet thing. Who is ready for some QAnon? No. Yeah, so I have a troll now. Hopefully they'll show up. That would be great if that troll showed up. How's your rocket man? Facty's asking. I want to know how your red rocket's doing. Yeah, that means I'm famous now. I always make a joke that I'm pretend famous because I'm known around the world, but like I'm not rich. I don't have any money. But so we call me pretend famous. So here we go with some QAnon stuff. This is from Vice YouTube channel. They do a lot of awesome documentaries about a lot of underground stuff. To the best of my knowledge, most of the stuff they come up with is very researched and is well put together and is factual. When they've done stuff about drug running and things like that, the things they've talked about are the things I experienced when I was doing that stuff as a teen. I think I've talked about this before. I've been clean for 15 years. I used to run drugs for the Mexican mafia, the Hells Angels, the Asian mafia, skinheads, all kinds of people, large organizations I ran drugs for. I've been clean for 15 years. I think I just said that. If you don't believe me, come here and drug test me. No, it doesn't matter. So who's ready to get into the crazy? I don't know if I am, but here we go. And soon I'm gonna have a sound pad so that I can begin playing different things. My game controller has a sound pad on it, so when we're playing games, I'll be able to like do a bunch of sound stuff. So share audio, share. Here goes the crazy. This is the gentleman who thinks he started. He's the first baker for QAnon. Q leaves breadcrumbs is his post, and then bakers are the ones. Do you have your? Sorry, bakers are the ones who decode it and then tell the Q followers what's going on.
Run theory?
I have a few.
You have a few? Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell us?
I don't want the world to know who Q is because it will probably get the team killed.
Okay. Does that change for you? If
Q's three different
tomorrow's
people.
Q drop says that now's the time, everybody get their guns, and we are going to take to the streets and hunt these leftists.
No,
No.
I would defend them.
You would defend the leftists?
Yes.
How do you think the rest of the community would respond?
I would honestly put forth, without even knowing the numbers, that the Q movement is the most peaceful movement in the history of mankind. And I think they would look to Trump for sort of clarity on that.
To me, what I see is a lot of people who actually really do want to converse before we reach this tipping point where we can't anymore. And in a way, I think like this doc is an attempt to do that, you know?
I hope so. That would be great.
Okay, but you think that Q as a movement will continue to come together in a post-Trump world?
Sure, the need would not have stopped. Kids would still be getting hurt, and probably more boldly than ever, because if they had beaten Trump, then they had kind of beaten the great challenge to their rule. So, currency of the elite basically is babies. They're trafficking in children, and it's used as blackmail with entities like Epstein and NXIVM. It's used to control powerful people. Like we know Maxwell allegedly has tapes on high-level U.S. politicians. I do think that at very high levels, it also involves sort of ritualistic practices, some occult stuff, and I think that's probably kind of a mind control thing. Imagine Eyes Wide Shut, but with kids.
It does carry with it part of a conspiracy that's existed for a very long time.
Adrenochrome is a legitimate drug.
What is this shit? That stuff? Adrenochrome.
It is harvested a specific way, and that.
Okay, so if you actually do research on it, it is a drug that they make for people with a very, very rare condition where they can't make glucose, or it's not like being diabetic. It's even worse than that. So that's the only time that this has been used. I'll go over this really quick. When I was a teenager, we were told, and this was before the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas movie came out, and maybe it was around the same time, but we were told that the skinheads and the Nazis were the ones who were stealing people, grown-ups, and what they were doing is they were taking them into secret rooms and they were tying them to a chair and they were scaring them and then shoving a needle in the back of their neck and sucking out this drug called adrenochrome. So this conspiracy has been around for a long time. It may go over this later in this one. I'm not sure if it goes over in this documentary about it, but this has been a long time conspiracy that white supremacists and white nationalists have been using, either to scare people or that people have been saying about them that now they're saying that other people do.
Is through torture and adrenalization, fear and pain, most often from children.
Adrenochrome is a chemical compound used in some countries to treat blood clots. It is not
blood clots.
Pain or fear from children.
While child trafficking is a real problem, there's no evidence to suggest that elites are torturing children to harvest adrenochrome.
So this stuff does happen. Child trafficking is a big business, multi-billions of dollars. You can sell drugs once, you can sell guns.
Okay. Trafficking of humans is a big thing, but there's no proof that one side or the other is doing it and or that the government is doing it, especially the American government.
Once you can sell a child 100 times a day.
Gosh, that's dark. As our camera team was packing up, Dustin made one last comment.
Do you happen to know?
Oh, he said you can only sell a gun once. You can sell a child 1 million times. That's not true. If you buy a gun, you can sell it again, and then they can sell it, and they can sell it, and they can sell it. Everything can be sold 1 million times. He's just using that as a scare tactic for people.
Know what PANDA stands for?
No.
I didn't think so.
Dustin went on to explain one of the most violent and horrific acts imaginable. It shows how for many who see the world through Q's filter, suddenly the most ordinary things like pizza, hot dogs, and pandas become confirmation of the worst possible assumptions that you can make about someone.
Coming up after the break.
Bucky Wolf out in the Pacific Northwest. This was a young man.
And my niece,
I hear, several times a week, I would say, from people who have lost their families to QAnon or have lost a husband or a son or a mother. And these are often people who, they go on Facebook, in March when the pandemic's starting, and suddenly they see all this QAnon stuff and they just fall headfirst into it.
a lot of it is tied into the same actions and behaviors that makes them deeply connected to QAnon. You are doing your own research, you're investigating, you're deciphering clues, you're invested in the idea in a different way than just, say, believing a conspiracy theory. It's a lot harder to disentangle somebody from that.
Should Q be classified as a domestic terrorism threat?
QAnon, we know in one case, has already inspired domestic terrorism in the case of the Hoover Dam armored truck situation.
You know that there's a man on the bridge with a gun?
In 2018, a man blocked the entrance to the Hoover Dam in an armored truck with a sign that said, "Release the OIG report."
They were convinced, based off of all this chatter in the Q threads, that inside this report, finally, all of the prime people within the deep state that were running this child sex trafficking conspiracy would be exposed.
I think with
So they may go over it more, but there has been multiple times where these Q nuts have followed a conspiracy and it led to nowhere. Pizzagate is where they thought that there was a pizza store and in their basement they were harvesting children. A gentleman went in there with a gun. I think he shot someone, ran downstairs into the basement to find nothing besides storage. And then the cops came, did the same thing. They went and searched it, found fucking nothing. So
QAnon, it certainly it can give a sort of force for these people who are already disturbed. Bucky Wolf out in the Pacific Northwest. This was a young man who was very troubled, got into QAnon, and he allegedly killed his brother with a samurai sword because he was convinced he was a lizard.
Stating, "I will dash you lizards to pieces like pottery."
Bucky Wolf was a young man who fell down the Q rabbit.
Yeah, he thought his brother had been replaced by a lizard person, and so he killed him.
And became convinced Donald Trump was communicating with him through coded messages on the Q boards.
Anthony Comello is another QAnon-related crime.
24-year-old Anthony Comello was taken into custody.
He basically just falls down the QAnon hole, like so many people have before. And he
Hey,
decides
Gio.
that, he's going to go citizen's arrest the head of a mafia family. And so he figures out where this guy lives, and he rolls up, allegedly, and slams into the guy's truck and shoots him. And then Comello gets in court, and he holds up his hand, and he's drawn a Q on it. And, people were stunned.
There's a few major narratives and themes, but they always weave it back to this idea of this massive operation of child sex trafficking.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The reason why all of these Democrats and the media and deep state are running these child sex trafficking rings is because they're demons feeding off of these children.
Wait, hold on. Factsy, the place didn't have a basement? Oh shit, maybe that's right. I knew that when they went and looked at it, that it turned out that was nothing. So yeah, in certain places they won't have basements because, like in California, there's earthquakes. You won't have a basement. So certain places won't have them. So yeah, again, they went in. He killed these people, said that this was going on. The cops went in and took video. I've seen the video of the inside of the pizza place, and there's no nothing going on. There's no kids being okay. Let's keep going.
Talking about people in banking in Hollywood were drinking children's blood. So this is playing on some kind of classic anti-Semitic tropes. I mean, George Soros looms very large in QAnon.
Okay, so there is one thing that I have to say really quick. Recently, rich people have been trying to take fetuses and using what is it called? The whatever from fetuses that are already dead, and trying to use it as a youth serum. It's not working. The only time it's working is when somebody has damaged cells that they inject it into, and then it reforms the cells. I'm sure somebody in the side chat is going to throw in what that actually, the stem cells. So what these people are doing is they're misconstruing stem cell research and stem cells to adrenochrome and really rich people eating, thank you all, babies instead of the stem cell research and using stem cells to rebuild damaged cells, tissue fiber, and other things in the body. Oh, hey, African humanist. Welcome. We're going over really stupid, crazy crap. Conspiracy theory stuff, and I think you have a little bit of experience in kind of some of this stuff. So let's keep going. I think I said everything about the stem cells that I wanted to say. They're just flipping it. They're using that instead. They're saying rich people are doing adrenochrome instead of, and I don't know if they talked about it yet, but they say that Hillary Clinton takes the faces of babies and cuts them off and puts them on her face to absorb their energy somehow. I don't know how, but that's part of it. They may talk about it in a minute. I really like this because they actually go over a lot about Q in this.
Which means they're not human. They're otherworldly. That, to me, is what makes it dangerous. It's a call to arms centered around an idea that the people who should be in some way targeted are not even human beings.
I think.
Oh, so they're all these people are lizard people that are aliens that hybrid with humans to make this race, and they have to drink the blood of children to stay alive.
The initial reaction is surely this can't be, and surely, we're talking about maybe a dozen kooks on the internet. But then when you start kind of showing to people that really, this is the internet reaching into our real worlds, and this is really happening, and we can't just look away from it.
NA, I know.
Overall, I'd put it about 10% of the population, 10 to 15%.
Though the size of the movement is widely debated, Angela's assessment closely matches ours, which lands at about 30 million followers in the US.
It is true that some of the trafficking stats are awful. It's actually a reflection of having bad services. So I don't dismiss it. I embrace it. So yes, this is a terrible thing. And we better damn well do something about it. But the answer is not to run to any right-wing philosophy that's going to strip those services more.
I think on kind of a more mundane but still very tragic level, I think just people who are alienated from
Is
their
it too
families and their
fast for
relatives
everybody,
because they get
or is that
someone
okay to
and then suddenly
speed?
it's all they want to talk about.
On a personal level, I understand that you have seen this in your own life.
Yeah.
Would you be comfortable talking about
Sure.
that?
I mean, it happens to everybody. Even if they don't fully appreciate even know why that person seems to be gone. In my case, it's a family member, it's an uncle, who's gone fully down the Q rabbit hole. Somebody that I grew up with telling me that Donald Trump was going to put my head on a pike, and like, at least I would assume knows that I'm not like running this like massive child sex trafficking ring where I'm a demon eating.
At 10 on Vice.
We're in Chicago to meet Dominic Izzo.
Okay,
an online personality who recently began looking into
I sped it up because you didn't need to see the commercial, but this motherfucker is crazy.
Someone who's never heard of it before.
Q is
fucking
about
crazy.
ending child sex trafficking. I don't know another worthy cause outside of that. I got bit by the Q bug back in February of this year. I think that it was just about the beginning of the lockdown, so before March. I don't recall what it was. I think it was the Janet Osbard Fall of Cabal documentary. I was kept.
I'm going to slow this down actually because
and for me, somebody who's pretty good.
He
at
says crazy
discerning,
shit.
Somebody who's pretty good at needing and requiring facts to make a concrete decision.
Okay, we'll go a little bit faster.
I wanted to believe it bad.
What brought you to become a police officer?
Ideology. I wanted to change the world. Are you kidding me?
Okay, so this is an ex-police officer who turned pastor, who's now fighting for Q. What the fuck?
Loved it. I'm Christian. I was raised Catholic. When you start looking at what is supposed to be the most righteous organization on the planet, Rome, the Vatican, the Catholic Church. How hard is it to believe then that you flip that side of the coin and there's going to be a darker, more...
So, if people out there don't know, I really dislike religion because I was molested in Christian school, and I see that they protect pedophiles more than anybody else I can find. And these people are saying that the left are the ones who are doing this when it is the religious, that we have so much evidence that the people in the religious side do this more than other people, that he's trying to say that there is, but then there isn't. And then he said it's his side that's doing it, but then it's not him, and he's trying to protect people from it.
Nefarious cabal, if you will, that is operating off of the same aspect. Satanic rituals, drinking children's blood, adrenochrome. This stuff has been going on. If Q does exist and Q is real, that will make me happy because it will have undeniable proof that Satan exists, and you have to acknowledge that Christ exists.
That's insane, right?
Ashley Bryan is a co-founder of Win Black Palante, national campaign hub designed to counter disinformation.
You're using misinformation and disinformation sort of interchangeably. Do you?
Okay, this isn't, we don't need to really go over this. If anybody else has any other any questions, go for it. We're going to just skip to him because she's just saying she has an organization that stops misinformation. If you don't want to watch this back, just look up Vice YouTube channel and you can find us on their channel. So here we go with...
Make them feel better about their unfounded hate.
They're my opinions. And at the end of the day, I guess I'll be an asshole, but I still will hope you'll see that that's a part of me, but it doesn't define everything that I am.
Come on, turn on.
That was really rough for me. Talking to Dom was really unsettling. I felt...
Okay, we're going to go a little bit further. They just talk about what they kind of went through. And again, I'm trying to be, what's it called? Not a commentator and not go through everything. So we're just going to watch not their commentary, but the video that they did on. So here's some more of these crazy people talking.
We're sending up for the whole world, for all the kids.
Great awakening's here.
Yeah, we may go over Jehovah's Witnesses and all other conspiracies or other organized religion. We'll go over eventually.
Julian Field, Jake Rockatansky, and Travis Few have watched the Q movement unfold since the very beginning.
In August 2018, they launched a podcast called QAnon Anonymous.
More than 2 years later, it has become the go-to place for those who are Q curious, looking for the latest update.
So how do you guys think that Q went from being just this sort of obscure movement on the internet, living in the Chans, to a political movement?
So Q started on the 4chan message board.
The Chans, they go back to Japanese nihilism, 2channel, and other image boards that became prevalent there among young people who didn't have opportunities. And
All right, so anybody who doesn't know, and they will probably go over this, and I think they actually talked to the starter of 6chan later, and he may have just said it right now because I'm trying to think of too many things. These are message boards who are hosted in China, or their servers are in China. But Q is anti-China because Q is for Trump. But never mind. And so why these things are so poisonous is because you can be completely anonymous to post on these sites. Normally when you post on any other application or any other social media site or anything like that, you have to put in some kind of information, and or they're going to grab your IP address and they're going to show that. And so there are ways to find out who you are if people really want to. In these ways, they make it completely anonymous so hackers can't even figure out who you are. So why is anybody going to believe anybody who posts on these saying that they're somebody important when this is all the troll? Only trolls use these platforms. Let's just put it that way.
And you know, and we're just like, well, I feel alone and disconnected. I can't get a girlfriend. And so that culture,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The United States, what started defining them is the anonymity. You can go there and say anything. Just let it loose. Doesn't matter. No consequences.
Exactly. No
now,
consequences.
The Chans may seem chaotic to the naked eye, but the Chans are actually a constant competition. Who can create the most viral or outrageous thing?
One classic example.
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
Wayfair conspiracy theory.
This girl went missing, and now Wayfair is selling this cabinet with the same name for $12,000. But that's not it. This girl, missing. This cabinet with coincidentally the same exact name that she has, $13,000.
Even though there's no substance to this, it caught on amongst people who maybe have never even heard of Q.
The actual people who they would put as a missing person would come up on Facebook and be like,
why am I mad?
Okay, hold
because
on.
I'm not missing. Out of here.
So that lady, that female that was just on screen, that's who they were saying was dead, and now was having products sold with her name on it. It's just a trolling site. 4chan and 6chan was just a trolling site for trolls to go and to make up the most extreme fucked up shit they could. And then when Trump got into office, Republicans, or there was a certain sect of white nationalists or white supremacists that realized they were going to lose everything. So they began using Q to make something. So there's a troll online. I believe there was just one in the beginning. A troll went online and saying they had Q clearance in the American government and they knew stuff that other people didn't, and they were going to let us know. Sounds like a troll fucking to me. So these white nationalists that were on these things said, oh, how can we make a conspiracy? How can we use this to our advantage? How can we keep our white supremacist leader in charge, which is fucking Trump? So they used it to their advantage. And then when they tried to disband 6chan, the owner did, the one who made it, the people whose server he was going through bought out Q. They found out who Q was and they bought him out, and Q went away. Then you had this gentleman and his son who were running the server, and they began to post as Q. I think they may talk about this later, but that's just what I found out so far. So here we go.
It does seem like there were iterations of Q over time, and it continues to evolve. Were there any precursors?
The insider anon was a common genre on 4chan. You know, prior to QAnon, there's one called FBI Anon in 2016, who also claimed to have insider information about the imminent prosecution of Hillary Clinton. So this was a common genre of post. And usually, you know, this supposed insider claims that, you know, some big thing is going to happen, and the anons play along.
Yeah, and really quick, most Chinese people probably couldn't get on this. They were just servers in China that the Americans could get on. Supposedly, they were underground servers for the Chinese people to be able to post so they could have freedom of posting. But I don't know how true that was. I just know the Americans used it to their advantage to troll.
Where they tried to trip them up, mostly treated as a game.
You guys have studied this more than anybody. I mean, really. So who is it? Who's you?
I mean, could it be some kid in their basement and
so they do go over it a little bit later. I want to just move a little bit forward, and we're going to go to him. We don't need to hear these gentlemen. They just pretty much say that it could be anybody. They're just hackers and people that work in the web industry. See, he doesn't even know who they are. He doesn't even know who they are.
That was big in 2018 when Jack Sobia came out saying that I know who Q is. I'm going to publish this report on OAN. I've talked to the founders. We started Q as a joke on Trump supporters, and we just wanted to see how far we could take it.
I could see that being a funny joke.
So supposedly the white power symbol that was a joke that started on one of these websites. So this is a joke because it's okay. But the white supremacists thought this meant white power. So they started using it, and it actually was a meme and a troll on these websites, just like they're saying that Q is a troll to fuck with right wingers or people who are religious or evangelical.
Recently, I just heard this, and I've been trying to reach out to him, but this guy, Fred Brennan, who started 8chan, is claiming that...
Oh, 8chan, not 6chan. Sorry. I forget the numbers of chans, but he explains it right now.
The guy who now runs 8chan...
Jim Watkins.
That's his name, Jim Watkins, is the person who controls Q. Who else do we have to look into?
Yeah, I mean, the last one I think we shouldn't rule out yet is that it actually is somebody close to the president.
I don't believe that
He's
at
not
all.
going to give it that kind of credit, though, right now. So we're going to say that, for me, the thing that seems most promising, at least from just an entry point, is the Watkins theory.
Yes.
So let's talk to Fred.
Fred Brennan has made national news by appearing.
So yeah, that's one thing that is really annoying to me is Trump's proof of his pedophilia, or him trying to push himself on young girls. He was around Epstein a lot. He supposedly stayed in a house with a bunch of models that were underage or just at 18. And so y'all should do some research on that. Again, I'm just trying to put information out there and helping people get some basis on figuring out how to do more research for themselves and actual research. I do not suggest anybody does YouTube research only. Please go look up documentations from different places and different resources before you come to a conclusion about anything. Part of this is for entertainment, but also I'm just trying to get information out there for people. So, buttons on your underwear, here we go.
Appearing on my favorite podcast, Reply All, saying that his former business partner, Jim and Ron Watkins, have taken over Q's account.
I'm making a very specific claim. He's not a maker, he's a taker. He took 8chan, and now he's taking Q. It is known that he has control over the Q account.
We good?
Where'd you pull that water from?
Just behind the dog.
So before things got all dark and up, what was like the problem, that you were looking to solve launching 8chan?
The reason I really made 8chan was just because I thought that the users of 4chan don't have enough control of the topic of the board, and that there are only 30 or 40 boards. In the whole kind of early 10s, I very much believed that users having control of the board was a good thing.
But everything changed in September 2014 when rival platform 4chan banned all.
Is that too fast for everybody? Yeah, I'll slow it down just a tiny bit. Sorry. I just figured we should probably get a little bit further in this.
A coordinated harassment campaign against women working in the video game industry.
Before Gamergate, we got like 100 posts per hour, and then after Gamergate, it was like 7,000, 6,000. Okay, am I going to kick them off? Or look at all these users I have now. I made the shitty decision to allow them to stay, and yeah, that totally changed the site.
Hi guys, I'm Jim.
Was that kind of when the Watkins family is reaching out to you really landed?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The
it's really
Watkins
that
family
crazy,
pitched me.
dog.
We own this huge Japanese site that gets millions and millions of
Yeah,
anonymous
see,
posts per day,
Japanese site.
and we want to help you host 8chan. Any problem you're having.
Yeah, so again, I'm trying to break this up as much as I can just so I don't get copyright claimed. And even if Vice does, I'm not monetized anyways. If anybody wants to help me out, please buy my merchandise. It would really, really help. I'm trying to upgrade a handful of things so that I can stream better and bring you better content and stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to break it up just a little bit more. If you have any more questions or comments, please put them in the side chat.
And we'll fix it. They said, we'll have a contract. It'll be like 60-40 of future profits. And, back then I thought there might be some future profits. So I went to the Philippines in October 24th.
So what was your day-to-day life like in the Philippines?
Really
So,
easy. I mean, it's really easy compared to here,
Okay, so in the Philippines is where the servers were held, but it's a Chinese website that Americans go on to post. So just shows you how fucked up that is. And if anybody hasn't heard, Parler or Parlay is being hosted on Chinese servers. So it's not American servers running. Oh no, sorry. Oh my god, I feel so dumb. I'm sorry. Retract that. Parler is running their app off of Russian servers. So go check that out. And they're supposed to be anti-Russia and anti-communism and blah blah blah. But now they're running their servers off of Russian servers. So it's fucking hilarious.
All I had to do was kind of focus on 8chan, which took up all my entire day. Seemed like, hey, maybe this will work, But then the shootings happened.
QAnon. Satanic rituals, drinking children's blood, adrenochrome.
Where did they come from?
QAnon is the single greatest information operation in the history.
Okay, Tanner, we'll just stop everything we're doing and you just go take your dogs out and go. No, I'm just kidding. Just rewatch it again there, and we'll be talking about this for another 20 minutes. I'm going to try to break this up more again for commentary, so I don't get flagged as hardcore. I may be contacting some of these people in the future and asking if they will let me use their content for stuff like this. So we got 6 more minutes of this. In the future, I will be doing more stuff on Q to help people understand this phenomena. I have photos. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. I have images that I've downloaded of the Q map that we may be showing later tonight. And if not tonight, we'll be showing it later in the future. Later in the future. Does that make any fucking sense? I don't think so. Never mind. In the future, we'll be showing the Q map, and I'll be going over some of it. And I believe I have proof that the Q map is actually an old map of a white supremacist map from the American skinheads movement here. It's the same map. They just put Q in the middle instead of Nazi or something like that. I don't know. And I guess I just said that word. So I'm never going to get monetized off this video anyway. So, fuck it.
History of humanity. How responsible are they for the attack on the Capitol?
Should Q be classified as a domestic terrorism threat?
And where are they headed next?
Yeah, all of that is true. They were, and they did it for a reason. Okay, so we need to go here. And
because Ryan was really excited about that, And we're gonna get all this traffic from the Q board that moved. And
I mean, did he bring that business in?
Basically, I feel like he was kind of communicating with Paul Ferber at the time and making Paul Ferber feel comfortable with 8chan. Basically, Paul Ferber is the first guy we know for sure was running a Q-related board.
4chan became so unusable that then we all moved to 8chan.
8chan.
And the board that I created, which was calm before the storm, CBTX.
6 months after the Christchurch murders, 8chan is shut down. The Watkins migrate everything to a new board they call 8kun, and Q follows. While many believe the Watkins control the posts, Fred suspects there may be others working on Q behind the scenes.
He kind of has all these guys who would be willing to lie to people, and to write Q-style posts. I've heard different names. Thomas Schoenenberger, heard his name thrown out.
Tell me, who's that?
I've tried to avoid going down the Thomas rabbit hole because I know people who have, and they haven't ever brought anything concrete out of that rabbit hole.
When you look at this long enough, the idea that this is a network of people, not an individual, not sexy for a documentary, right? Yeah. Or like a media piece.
It's not sexy.
But it's the truth.
But it's the truth. But as long as these drops are still continuing, it matters a lot. Because who's writing them and who is having all this influence? Who else is kind of in the background? We don't know.
Where do you think Jim Watkins is right now?
ABC News told us he's somewhere in America. You should try to find him. He'd probably be somewhere in California, actually.
So here we go. They tried to find him, and we're not able to find him. So again, please, everyone, go and check out Vice News YouTube channel, I think, or just search Vice News. And look into it. I will be doing a lot more into Q because I believe I've talked about this before. Yeah, Doug's a member of Q. I believe I've talked about this before where look at how pretty that was. It went from being daytime to nighttime in this whole video. Oh, Alien, what up? I believe I've talked about this before or spoken about it in other places. And, you know, I mean, there may be new people here. I work as a carny in the carnival circus industry. I was taught how to do tarot reading, how to do tea leaf reading, palm reading. I've learned how to do the crystal ball reading, all the different ways to make money off the rubes. I was taught how to. I'm a world-renowned sword swallower. I lift weights for my piercings. In 5th grade, I began doing magic shows. I know sleight of hand. I know how to trick people. I know how to do fortune telling, mind reading, all of that stuff. I was taught all of that stuff, and I know how it's all fake. And I know what people do to be snake oil salesmen, to come up with a product that does nothing and or hurts people and sells them to people. So that's why I'm really into the conspiracy theories and to debunking, because I've been behind the scenes and know firsthand what people did to trick people. People like PhD Tony and stuff are on the other side, where they have worked in the industry and they know how it actually works. Where I know how people have faked other people to believe that, yeah, Vice News has, yeah, I don't need to promote them, but I'm not going to not say their name using their content. Just like anybody's content I use, I'm going to try to say their name because I'm not a dickhole. If I forget to say the name of the person's content I use, I didn't mean to, but I try to. Oh, yay, some gummies. I hope there's THC in those gummies or CBD or some version of that. Because I've been on the side of the snake oil salesman, I want to, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear, Alien. I want to be on the other side because I don't want to fool anybody anymore. When we have our oddities tent set up, when we have our sideshow, and we have our tarot readers or fortune tellers set up, we say this is all for a joke. This is all for entertainment. This is all for fun. We don't want you to believe that everything we're doing is 100% real. When I swallow a sword, it's fucking real. When I lift weights from my piercings, it's fucking real. But when we do tarot reading, when I have a magician come out, when I have people doing other things, it's entertainment. We do it for entertainment. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of content creators out there that don't tell you that it's for that because they want to make that extra money. I'm a broke motherfucker because I tell you these things. I could be making shit tons of money faking motherfuckers out. I could be on the flat earth side. I could easily be pushing conspiracy theories and all that shit. It would be so easy for me to be a QAnon baker, for me to be pushing all the taking the breadcrumbs and baking it up and then selling it to you because I know what Q is saying. You know, I mean, I could easily be doing that, but I'd rather be on the side of helping humanity, society, people. I would rather be on the side of good than evil, because I've been on the side of evil a long time. Just ask all the dead bodies in my basement. I mean, how many dead bodies does it take to change a light bulb? Well, obviously it's not 8. Oh, it's 9 because you stack them all on top of each other and then you can change the light bulb. See, but I'm a horrible, horrible person I am. Shh, don't tell the government, dog. Jeez, gosh. Nobody needs to know that. Yes. Dead men tell no tales. You know the only way to keep a secret between two people, right? Kill the other one. So, speaking of that devil, we're gonna go over a little bit of the Capitol riot stuff. I really, hey Irish, woo! I really didn't want to. I really wanted to make a video about this and just go over it then, but since they let this motherfucker off, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of talking about the insurrection until I make my video. Thank you. I hope that I'm a good person now. I wasn't such a good person when I was doing drugs as a teen and doing certain things. I was definitely horrible. I hope I've made up for myself since then. I try to do good now in that aspect. So we're going to go over a little bit of shocking stuff. If anybody doesn't want to see violence, go ahead and find something else to watch. I will actually, that I didn't find, I will look up in a second a really, really calming video. So after this, we can watch a calming video. I'll just have to... Oh, we can do it here. So just give me 1 second, and I'm going to look up a calming video for everybody that we'll watch right after. Yeah, we'll do that one right after we watch this next stuff. And I really didn't want to play some of this stuff, especially here. But I feel like I got to show a little bit of some of this stuff, and then we'll talk about maybe more funny stuff. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about medical implants. We're going to have Microraptor on, and she will be talking about the hearing aid implant that was surgically put in. Okay, Alien. Yeah, we'll see you later. Hopefully, you and I can get together and play some games together soon. Quiplash or some of the other games, or after Wednesday, I will be able to get Steam. I'm gonna pay for Steam, and then once that happens, you're gonna buy me Phasmagoria, and then I'm gonna download Face Rig, and I will be speaking through a robot or some kind of oh, thanks for letting us know, Tanner. I've been waiting the whole time just for you. No. But I'll be getting Face Rig, and I will be using Face Rig to do some speaking in some of my other characters for like this. Like Tuesdays are gonna be where I'm gonna fuck around and do stuff. Or maybe I'll talk in like, oh my god, Cookie McSweet Tits voice, you know what I'm saying? And we'll do some stuff on Hua, and then we'll have Dan Droid and a couple other voices that I have that I've been working on. I've got this old man voice that I've been working on, so we're gonna have him talking too. So things will start going, and I've got a lot of things planned that I'm working on. Luckily, I have a bacon that really tastes really good, and he's really awesome at helping us figure stuff out. So with his help and with a couple other people's help, we'll get things going. I almost have a co-producer for my shows and moderators and other things for the shows. So we'll get the ball rolling soon, where it will be a really smooth shows. So while I'm rambling on, let's go ahead and show some shite. Whew. Okay, so here's some body cam footage from the riot. Again, look away if you don't want to see any violence. This is only like 30 seconds long. I try to be a showman. Thank you, Facty. I try, you know. And like I said, after this, then we're going to show some stuff. And then I'm going to show a music video to end it all. So here we go. Here we go. So this is a body cam from a cop. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's like all these things that are hitting this police officer, and this dude just jumped over, and like everybody's beating up this one cop, or there should be like a couple behind him, but definitely this one cop is getting his ass kicked.
Democrats showed graphic and unsettling body camera footage during the impeachment trial that showed police being beaten by the Trump mob. If you want to stay up to date on the best moments from the impeachment trial, please hit that subscribe button below.
Sorry,
as Democrats continue their prosecution of Donald Trump and the former president's one of the impeachment managers.
Okay, I didn't know he was going to keep speaking about it. Go to his channel and check him out as well. JDL Morris or something. Yeah, let me see really quick. Yeah, Joseph Morris. Check out his channel. Ooh. So here is where a gun owner is saying that if there was more guns, there would be less. No. He's saying that gun owners are less irrational than people without guns because they have guns. Motherfucker. Son of a monkey's left testicle. Seriously. Seriously. Okay, here we go.
If guns commit crime, mine are all defective. And if we were as violent as anti-gunners said we are, there wouldn't be any anti-gunners left. Republicans, conservatives, gun owners, stereotypically speaking, tend to be more level-headed and calm. Because if we were as violent as rowdy, engaging in acts of hooliganism and practical terrorism, we would take over the city.
But 40 minutes away in touristy Glenwood Springs, a very different take.
So Glenwood Springs, I live in Colorado, so Glenwood Springs is 3 hours northwest of me, I believe, or just west of me.
Mayor who's called for a congressional investigation into Lauren Boebert.
She tweeted, "I am the militia." Today, on the day of the insurrection, she tweeted, "Today is 1776," saying, "These are my constituents out there, outside the Capitol grounds." That's all incredibly problematic. And what I would love for our Congresswoman, what I would love for her to do is disavow these right-wing militia groups. You know, they brought her here, they helped get her elected, they embrace her, she embraces them. Now she's a U.S. Congressperson. Now she needs to stop.
Despite the visible backlash she sparked in some pockets, Lauren Boebert has condemned the violence at the Capitol and says she didn't conspire with any criminals in any way.
So that's the Proud Boys that are saying all this.
There is already a new front in the fallout from that day, online, with apps banned and people thrown off social media. The leader of the Proud Boys, just designated a terrorist group by Canada, told me he's convinced the crackdown will backfire and that Joe Biden must find a way to hear from others.
Okay, if anybody doesn't know, and I'm going to talk about this next week, and I didn't have it set up, but I should have. The leader of the Proud Boys was found out to be an informant by the FBI. He actually got just months off of his sentence by ratting out a bunch of other people. So the only reason why he's free right now is because, yeah, supposedly, and I'm going to show a video about the supposed revolution. He ratted out a bunch of people so that he could get months of freedom, not years. He did not rat out people to convict them for years. Okay. I've been arrested twice for selling LSD. Okay. I never gave up anybody. If anybody can look, Landon M. Ricker is my real name. Landon Michael Ricker is my real name. Look up my history. You'll never find out that I've ever ratted on anybody. I've worked for mafias, gangs, all kinds of shit. I was supposed to go to prison for 10 years. I didn't rat out anybody to not get that time. I told them, no, fuck you, dude. I'll spend the rest of my life in prison. You know why? Because snitches get stitches. Anybody who snitches on somebody comes out, and if they're found out that they get snitched on, you die. You get put in a ditch. It's actually snitches get ditches, end up in ditches. That's really what I was told. But you don't say that in front of normals. You don't say that in front of somebody who's not in the gang. But as somebody who's in the gang, you say snitches end up in ditches. You know, I haven't ran with that shit for fucking 15 years. I've been clean for 15 years, but that's what was supposed to happen. If you found out somebody fucking snitched on you, you were supposed to. You know how many times I was given a gun? Never mind. I mean, there's a couple times I was given a gun and they said, well, you got to go take care of business. And I stood in the back and I never and nothing ever happened because all we were doing is just collecting money. And normally those people will just give you money after you run up in their house. Never mind. But yeah, he shouldn't be walking around right now being the head of a huge white nationalist organization.
Do you think there'll be more violence?
I think that if he doesn't reach,
yeah, exactly, Irish,
and listen to these people, I think that yes, there will be more violence. You keep silencing people, you keep deplatforming them, definancing them, dehumanizing them, and they're going to react. It's an expected reaction.
Many argue tougher action is exactly what's needed. But on January the 6th, a broad range of people found inspiration in one man, one moment, and many grievances. It didn't take long to get them there, and it could take years to rebuild faith in their own democracy. Understanding their frustrations may be the best chance America has of reducing its exposure. Cordelia Lynch, Sky News, Colorado.
Security forces used rubber bullets, catapults and armoured vehicles to control crowds of protesters in Myanmar on Monday, demanding the release of ousted civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi and an end to military rule. In the city of Mandalay, 2 people were wounded from rubber bullets, according to media and residents, though the government and army could not be reached for comment. Suu Kyi has been detained since the coup earlier this month against her elected government.
Oh, sorry, everybody. I had to jump up for just a second. I didn't know it was going to go to that. But there's the coup that's happening in Myanmar. I bet you I said that completely wrong. But look that up as well. Let's see. We did the body cam footage. We looked at that. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately, there is video of somebody in that protest that happened earlier last week, and the government shot her in the head, and she's in very, very critical condition, and they're doing some horrible things over there. And I want to go over that in better context later. I had to use the Riley, just if anybody wants to know. Sorry, I had to Riley. So that's why I got up and wasn't paying attention for 5 seconds. But yeah, and we'll talk about that in the near future for sure. What I want to do right now is I want to do a palette cleanser. So we're going to do some palette cleansing right now. And here we go, everyone. So from where I live, I can actually see these animals. Yeah, so I just pissed off. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at how big they are. Yay. Okay. Oh, sorry. We'll show you the giant samurai sword tomorrow. Yeah, there's a bunch of bad lands. Yeah, it takes just a second for them to mess you up for sure. They're huge animals. Okay, so let me just check one thing really quick. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's have some fun with this right quick. I hate sports and organized sports and teams and things. I've played every sport almost imaginable when I was a teenager. But here's the Super Bowl streaker. I think everybody should see this. I think this is hilarious. So here we go. So this gentleman is the one who streaked through the Super Bowl and somehow got released from jail like right after, and now he's in a strip club.
Yeah, show him a little bit of love right there.
The guy who streaked at Super
So there's some more fun for everybody. Yeah. And it's been an hour and 19 minutes. In the future, we're going to be going for a couple hours doing this show. I'm just getting used to it, and I don't have everything up. So if everybody could buy some of my merchandise, it is pinned to the top of the YouTube. That would be wonderful. I understand if times are tough and you can't. Soon we'll have tips and we'll have my PayPal up and things like that. I think that's in the description. If you want to tip me or donate a little bit of money so that I can get better equipment and so I can start doing this a little bit more as a job. I can't do live events right now, and that is a huge cut into my income. So I am making no amount of money right now, and I'm barely getting by, and that's fine, and nobody needs to help me if I'm barely getting by. But if anybody wants to throw money my way to help out supporting this stupid crap that I do, that would be fucking awesome. Yeah, totally. Like I said, dude, I understand everybody's having hard times right now. But if there's any rich motherfucker out there that wants to throw money down, that would be fucking awesome. I'm going to be starting an OnlyFans very soon where you get to see me playing video games naked. We're going to start that very soon. I may be doing that with somebody else. You may be watching me and somebody else playing video games naked together. We're trying to figure it out. I mean, you know, like, it just matters on how much lube we can get together, and, you know, shocker, never mind. So thank you all for being here and for helping me out and for being here, because you all make it so that I have something I can do, and I'm not sitting here freaking out because I'm not performing live like I normally do. Normally, I'm performing in front of thousands of people. Thank you very much, Tanner. Again, normally I'm performing in front of thousands of people, and tomorrow night at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in the Americas, we're going to be doing Faded Workshop show. Subscribe to my channel, get reminders. Make sure you like this video and like my other videos. Watch my other videos. You get to see me playing video games of different types. If you look at my channel, you can see videos of me performing live. You know what? We're gonna freaking do this really quick before. I feel like not all of you have seen all my stuff. So we're gonna show one video, and then we're gonna show a music video of mine. And then we're gonna end the night. In the future, like I said, we will be doing a little bit more. In the future, I hopefully should have this is kind of my solo thing, and tomorrow night for Faded Workshop is supposed to be when we have guests and co-hosts and a lot of people on. Hopefully we'll fill up as many slots as we can that StreamYard will let us fill. And if I do it through OBS, we can put some more people. And we're hoping to have that filled every Wednesday for that show. I may have one or two people on here just to shoot the shit with and have fun with. But other than that, we're going to end the night where I'm going to show you a video of the fetish acts that I do that we can show here on YouTube. And then we're going to show a music video of mine, because I've been producing music for the last 12, 15, 20 years. I don't fucking know. I'm old. I'm 40. I have 11 albums out. I've toured with 3 bands. I have 4 different music projects out. I've collaborated on multiple different people's albums and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and show you a fun thing, and you all are going to love this. And if you don't, well, you can suck my dork. And I mean that in the best way. And you love it. Okay. So here we go. My friend, you'll see he puts it in there.
Step right this way, life breaks inside. Step right this way, life breaks inside. Be amazed and wonder. See the skinny skeleton man, feisty sideways twins, sexy stick woman, beautiful period lady, unbelievable again, painless human pincushion, and CBS fire eater.
Again, thank you all for watching and for thumbsing up and everything. You all rock. Oh, hey, Blood. Good to see you. So, that is some of my performance art. So, oh gosh, all the other stuff that it wants to show me right after I do that. I've been putting on events for like the last 20 years or something like that. I feel the same way, Tanner. I feel like I'm 18 years old still in my mind, because my body isn't as, I can't, it's not as functionable as it used to be. Let's put it that way. When you've trained to be in porn, when you get older, it doesn't always work out as well as you want it to work out after all the training that you've done. If anybody wants to find out about more about that, we'll be talking about that in later Freakcasts. So if nobody else has any questions, and if you do, please put them in the side chat. I'm going to wait just a couple seconds. I'm going to look at some other things. Pretend I'm important. Oh, yeah, I got so much stuff to check. Oh, look. Oh, they're here. I'm just kidding. I think that I mentioned everybody who we looked at stuff. Thank you very much, Blood. Yeah, after shooting the grinder sparks, what it's really doing is it's actually heating up the silicate that's on the grinder pad. It's not actually the metal really that it's throwing into your face. It is a little bit, but it's really just pieces of silicate, which is sand, that's getting thrown into your mouth. And so it just feels like you're eating a sand sandwich. Thank you very much, Tanner. After my show tomorrow, Tanner, are you doing your Wednesday night stuff? Your Wednesday night streams? Because I think right after I get done with my stream, Tanner will be doing their stream. So make sure everybody goes to Skydiver Tanner. I guess I'd be pointing this way. Go to Skydiver Tanner's. Everybody, just go to everybody else's fucking thing and fucking subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to me, subscribe to me. If you are here, everybody in the chat, and you know what, Blood? I think we'll add Mark as a moderator, and Blood isn't, and so we need to add you as a moderator. I think everybody's a moderator now. If you're not a moderator, oh, sorry, hold on. I think all our friends are here, so I think everybody's a moderator now. Give me a second, and I'll look through it again as we close this out. Yes, exactly. So this is what's going on with Tanner tomorrow. So I go on at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in the Americas. I don't know how to translate that yet to UTC. I will get that all figured out. I'm going to put down in my computer the UTC time and stuff so that I'm more on that. But make sure everybody goes to Tanner's channel and subscribes and puts on the notifications. Same with me. Make sure you like it and go to the notifications. Tanner seems to have put a link. Oh yeah, you already put that up. So yeah, please go there and watch it and blah blah blah. You're welcome, dog. I hope that we made everybody laugh. So 3 p.m. Mountain Time is when you're doing it tomorrow. Okay, I see. Thank you so much, Tanner. So yeah, like pretty much after we get done, Tanner will be doing their stream. We're gonna go probably 2 hours tomorrow, and then you'll have like an hour break, and then go over to there. Everybody subscribe to everybody else's channel, and thank you all very much for being here and watching. And I hope to have some of you on as guests once we have subjects on Faded Workshop. We will invite some of you on. Like tomorrow is Microraptor talking about their implant, hearing aid implant in their skull or in their head. And we'll be talking to a couple other people, and then I'll be talking about my temperature sensor implant, microchip, and a couple other things. And we'll be going over videos and talking about a lot about the medical advancements in implants. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And then also we're going to be talking about gender identity and other things like that. So we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. So please join us there. And as we go out, I want to say thank you all again. And we're going to watch one of my music videos. And everybody hopefully will have a laugh. And see you all in the next video. Thank ya. And no, Dave, it's a different type of implant. So my homie's the one who did this video, and he's Video Zombie Junkie, and he's the one who made the video. If you go to SoundCloud, you can hear, go to SoundCloud and search Cyborg Death. You'll see all my stuff. After this, I'm going to do a stream of BioShock. So everybody subscribe and put on notifications, and I'll be playing BioShock in about 10 minutes. Can you feel them crawling inside of you? Ha 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 ha. Yay. Okay, well, I'm gonna get things set up for playing some BioShock, and so I'll meet you all over there. So thank you all very much. You all have a good night, and I think we're gonna go out on an intro. So bye. Or I guess it would be an outro. I just didn't make it say that yet, but